Hey guys, I'm here with my 2012 Gas EC300. Still got the water pump off, got the checkpoint CNC impeller in. What I'm going to do is the Evans prep fluid, which is a must, to then put in the Evans high performance waterless engine coolant. Well, I also have to I'm going to put in a thermostat into the other side. I have to move the bike out here, but there's a hose, radiator hose right there. Just cut that, put it in right there. This came with a Trailtech Voyager GPS unit, which model number 912-405. I'll be installing the Voyager, in another video, but because this is kind of part of this whole deal with putting in the coolant, while I'm going to be changing it out, I'm going to cut the hose and put this bad boy in, so I have a thermostat, so I'll know the temperature, which would be handy when you're running something completely different, right? So first step that I want to do, first step you'll want to do is drain your coolant the best as you can, which in this case I took off the water pump housing. And then what you're going to want to do is take probably like a shop vac, some sort of low strength blower, not an air compressor. And the shop vac pushes a lot of air, but it's not high pressure. So it can suck or blow. And on the blower, you just attach the hose. I'm gonna probably with duct tape, just reduce the size of that hose down to radiator cap size, and then just kind of put it up in there and blow out any coolant that is still in there, water and coolant, and see what comes out. And then once I feel satisfied that it's pretty well empty, I will then take the prep fluid, the Evans prep fluid, and I will put back on the water pump, fill it up with the prep fluid, and run the bike for like 10-15 minutes, and then probably drain it. I'll probably take the housing back off. I will blow it again, and I will try to save some of that fluid to show you the color. And then, because I have a huge jug, bike doesn't take that much, I will probably pour more in and go through the whole process one more time, so I know all the water/old coolant is out of the system. Then I will fill it up, put it all back together, and fill it up with the waterless coolant. That's pretty much all you do. It's pretty straightforward. I've just been waiting for a warmer day, so hopefully the bike's kind of cold-blooded, so it doesn't like starting when it's cold. So today's fairly warm, so we'll see what happens. Okay guys, I'm back. Took me a little longer than I was anticipating because of the thermostat putting in from the Trailtech Voyager GPS unit. It's a bigger thermostat housing, the billet part, which, originally they sent it for the XR650R in much bigger hose. I made it work. I was able to stretch the hose. Seeing as there won't be pressure on the system, I think it's fine. It was very hard to get on because it's stretched at the max of what I could get that hose to stretch at and get it on, which heat gun helped. So if you're adding a thermostat and it's not quite for the bike, remember your hose diameter for your radiator might be smaller on a 2-stroke than a 4-stroke. So that's one thing to watch out for. And I also had undone the thermostat part, which is this bolt, which is a 12 mil. And I had unscrewed it. I just put pipe dope back on. Luckily I have pipe dope because I can do plumbing. And this is what I used. Works good. It's awesome stuff. It will work great right there. It will somewhat harden up semi-hard. And yeah, so I'll be able to take that piece out if I ever needed to, due to whatever reason, not working, need to replace it. And so check out the video for actually the install for the Voyager. But I just wanted to kind of show, if you're going this route, you might want to put in a thermostat, or a temperature, a way to read the temperature, because, it's good to know. Because we can go so high of temps, if it gets really high, you probably want the bike to cool off anyways, right? No matter whether the coolant is good or not. So, there we have that. So now I can finally button this guy back up and put in the prep fluid from Evans. The Evans Waterless Coolant. I have the prep fluid in. I ran the bike already. And apparently I left on the headlight. But I'm going to drain it. And the reason why I want to clean out the catch here is just so, because you can use the prep fluid like 4 more times. Take a funnel, milk jug, and I will try to catch it. This should be fun. Airflow going. Okay. There goes that shoe. Okay, note to self, it will really pee at you. Save as much as I can, because like I said, you can use this like 4 times to prep. I got plenty, so what I'm going to do is just put in a new batch, run the bike again for a bit, and then just drain it again. So guys, note to self that it's going to spit out. So that was one time. And the fluid, probably hard to tell, see on camera, it's slightly, it should be clear. It's not 100% clear, so it did definitely pick up some stuff, but it's not that bad either. I'm going to do it one more time because I don't have any test strips to test for water in this, and I will fill it up again with some new because I still have plenty. I got a gallon, and as you can see, it doesn't take much to fill one of these bikes up. That's the other issue. Why you overheat easy on bikes, especially 2-strokes. They don't hold much. If they would make the radiators, thicker, they'd have a lot better cooling abilities. But anyways, so I'll put just new stuff in. This stuff can still be saved, so mark a container. You can use this, use this as your first prep, if you will. Like if I were to do my other bike or my car or whatever, I could use this. That would get out a lot of this fluid, and it's still good. They say you can use it like 4 times. I think my system was pretty well cleaned out because I hooked up the shop vac on the blower side and I blew out. I had the water pump off, and then I duct taped around the radiator cap and just blew air through the system, and then that really just cleaned out the system. So I will go ahead and do one more. Fills, run, and that should be it for the prop. Drain again. I'll save in a different container, and I'll just take a look at it, see what it looks like, and try not to repeat that again, spraying everywhere. So yeah, let's see. Yep, sure did. Ooh, that's hot. Now, I only let it get 155 degrees. I hooked up the Voyager so I could read the temperature on the thermostat. Just had to plug it in. It has an internal battery, so that was pretty handy. What I'm going to do is hook up the shop vac again to the radiator cap and just see what blows out of there. Show you guys what's going on. So I got the shop vac hooked up and it's blowing air out. Got it right here. Use this aluminum tape, kind of seal up the best you can around. It's not spraying anything. I feel cold air, or warmish air, that's going through the engine. I went ahead and added the Evans Waterless Coolant right here. Funnel I was pouring into there. So went slowly, made sure it was full. I'll run it, recheck it. But yeah, gonna run it right now. And just let it run for like a few minutes. 5 minutes or so. Well guys, I just ran the gas and took off right after running. I went ahead, well, safety, I've put a cloth on, but I took off the radiator cap and it just did a light. And you know, you do create like I think it said 3 to 5 PSI, not enough to open the cap to ever shoot any out. And that was running it up to 165 degrees. I don't know, you know, if I had water still in the system or not. I kind of let anything that I thought, kind of left the cap open for a second just to, if there was any water right there, to vaporize, and put the cap back on. I'll probably check it again during riding. The Voyager works really good to see the temperature. I can turn it on. It has an internal battery, so even though it's not plugged in, it's dropping pretty quick. It's pretty cold today, so not surprising, but it got up to 165. That was with oops. Let's see if I can turn it off. Power off. There we go. And so the main thing is the prep fluid. You really have to use the prep fluid. This is it, Evans prep fluid. You know, most bikes you can get away with the gallon, not having a test for the water, because, you know, just do it twice. Probably could do it 3 times if you're really worried about water still being in the system. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I combined 2 containers because I had to get my drain bolt back. But yeah, it's not lightly colored. There's a slight hue of orange. Probably won't come out on camera. The old stuff was like that because I had in some Meeker stuff I have for my Jeep. And yeah, you know, so run 2 of those through. I blew out and leaned the bike over while blowing out, and it did spit a little more fluid out at me. This is kind of a messy process, really. Of course, it always seems with radiators, you always like overfill, so I got some prep fluid that ran down. Have to clean that up, but that's the actual coolant itself. And yeah, this bike took that much. So, and I just checked and it was still full after running, so I think I'm good. I'll obviously check it again. Probably take the fluid with me when I go riding the first time, and you know, ride around, go back to the car, open it up, and check it. And if I think there is still water in there for whatever reason, I could just, you know, because I have a gallon, I could just empty out and fill up again and not have any water in the system. So I'm pretty sure after running the prep fluid through twice, I'm good. It's hard to say though. You know, I've never done this. So I will let you guys know what I think long term, especially once I have the Voyager GPS all hooked up and can get those readings every time I'm riding. And yeah, we'll go from there. Of course, it's cold out, so you know, riding has been delayed. So anyways, I think that will help you guys out if you're looking for the doing the prep fluid and doing the Evans. Yep, got to use that. And yeah, the idea behind the Evans is that you won't get cavitation from it boiling. And if you get cavitation, the pump's not going to circulate anything because it's basically spinning in air. So Evans will stay a liquid longer, and I mean, if it gets up to the high temperature, your motor's probably going to be in trouble at 350 something degrees. But it will keep spinning, thus it will actually keep your engine cooler. Now, the only thing I'm not quite sure because of the two-stroke, there was some talk about like if you have a bypass part where I'm thinking this opens up and then you get full cooling. I don't know if I'm supposed to remove that or not. I'm going to leave it in because some of the stuff it talked about, like high performance, I have no idea if I should remove that. It talked about that it should, like, you want it to keep circulating because you're actually getting better cooling in the end because your radiator is doing the cooling. So if that's open and the coolant is continually flow through both radiators, then you're going to have better cooling. I don't know though. So right now I have that left alone. We'll see how it goes. If it runs really high, I know Vegas Romaniacs had issues where his was running really hot. If for some reason it does, I will take that out and let it continually circulate and see. So anyways, this is a test, and hopefully I can bring you results as I use the bike, and we'll see. And at least I shouldn't be blowing the hoses off, you know, from pressure, because the pressure should never get that high. It should never get that hot. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and check out my other videos, and follow along for updates on the whole Evans waterless coolant. I paid for the stuff. I bought it. No one helped out. So this is out of my pocket. So I know some guys care about that. So hey guys, thanks for watching.